Have you ever wondered why we feel other people's feelings as if they were our own? Welcome to our journey into the science behind empathy. Empathy, a cornerstone of human connection, is more than just a warm, fuzzy feeling. It's a complex interplay of brain functions, hormones, and experiences. Understanding the science behind it helps us understand ourselves and others better. Before we explore the science of empathy, let's set the stage. We're going to dive into many fascinating aspects of empathy, each one revealing another layer of this complex phenomenon. From the science aspect to the psychology, we will venture through an exciting journey of empathy. So buckle up as we embark on this enlightening journey. Let's dive into the fascinating world of empathy, starting with the brain. The first stop in our journey is the role of mirror neurons. Imagine a tiny, invisible mirror in your brain that reflects the emotions of those around you. That's your mirror neurons at work. They are a special class of brain cells that fire not only when we perform an action, but also when we observe someone else performing the same action. In the context of empathy, mirror neurons play a pivotal role. They allow us to mirror the feelings and emotions of others, making us experience what they are experiencing. When someone smiles, you smile. When they cry, you cry. This mirroring process is an integral part of human connection and empathy. Mirror neurons provide a biological basis for empathy, helping us to understand and share the feelings of others. They are the silent heroes behind our ability to empathize, to feel compassion, and to connect on a deep, emotional level. So next time you find yourself feeling someone's pain, thank your mirror neurons. The emotional spectrum. Before we dive into the anterior cingulate cortex, let's take a little detour into the emotional spectrum. First, let's talk about how the mirror neurons and the anterior cingulate cortex come together to form a beautiful dance of empathy. The emotional spectrum is a broad range of human feelings and emotions, from joy to sorrow, love to hate, peace to anger. Each emotion we experience, or see others experience, is a unique color on this spectrum. When we empathize, we tap into this spectrum, experiencing a kaleidoscope of emotions that are not our own. Our mirror neurons and the anterior cingulate cortex work together to navigate this spectrum, allowing us to resonate with the emotions of others. This dance on the emotional spectrum is a vital part of human connection, fostering understanding, compassion, and empathy. Coming up next, we explore more about the brain's fascinating empathy circuit, the anterior cingulate cortex. The anterior cingulate cortex, a key player in the empathy circuit. This fascinating region of the brain is like a bustling city center, orchestrating a symphony of emotional processing. Imagine it as a musical maestro, guiding the orchestra of our emotions into a harmonious tune. The anterior cingulate cortex plays a crucial role in empathy. It helps us perceive and understand the emotions of others, allowing us to respond appropriately. When we see someone in pain, it's the anterior cingulate cortex that makes us wince, mirroring their discomfort. It's like our brain's built-in empathy button, connecting us to the emotional world around us. This brain region doesn't just help us perceive emotions, it also helps us regulate our own. It's a vital part of our emotional self-control, allowing us to manage our responses and reactions. In short, the anterior cingulate cortex truly is the emotional hub of the brain, the interplay of emotions and hormones. Moving on from our brain's empathy center, it's time to explore the intricate dance between our emotions and hormones. We often think of emotions as purely psychological phenomena, but they are also deeply biological. Our emotional experiences trigger a cascade of hormonal responses, influencing how we feel, think, and behave. For instance, when we sense danger, our adrenal glands pump out adrenaline, preparing us for fight or flight. Similarly, when we experience empathy, our bodies release oxytocin, strengthening our social bonds. In fact, our emotions and hormones are so closely linked that they can be seen as two sides of the same coin. They work together in a delicate balance, each influencing and being influenced by the other. This interplay is crucial for our emotional health and well-being. Understanding it can help us better manage our emotions and build healthier, more empathetic relationships. So, let's dive deeper and explore how our emotions and hormones dance together in the rhythm of empathy. The role of oxytocin. Let's talk about the love hormone, oxytocin. This fascinating hormone plays a crucial role in our ability to empathize and bond with others. It's released when we hug or kiss a loved one, and it's also involved in social recognition and trust. Picture it as the chemical superstar behind those warm, fuzzy feelings of connection and closeness. But oxytocin isn't just about love and bonding, it's a key player in empathy too. It helps us understand and share the emotions of others, making us more compassionate and caring. For instance, when we see someone in distress, our oxytocin levels spike, triggering an urge to comfort and help. Interestingly, oxytocin can also influence our moral compass, guiding us to make decisions that benefit the group rather than just ourselves. It's a real team player, promoting cooperation and social harmony. Oxytocin, the hormone that brings us closer. It's remarkable how this tiny molecule can have such a profound impact on our social behavior, isn't it? The empathy-brain connection. Now, before we dive into how our experiences influence our empathy, let's take a moment to understand the role of our brain in this complex process. The brain is the command center of empathy. It's where all the magic happens, so to speak. The parts of our brain involved in empathy include the amygdala, the anterior cingulate cortex, and the insula, among others. These areas work together like a well-coordinated orchestra, each playing their part to help us understand and share the feelings of others. The amygdala plays a crucial role in recognizing and interpreting emotions, both in ourselves and in others. It helps in the identification of fear, anger, happiness, and other emotions. The anterior cingulate cortex, on the other hand, is involved in feeling discomfort when we see others in distress, triggering a desire to help. And the insula, it helps us to feel what others are feeling, literally putting us in their shoes. It's like a little sensory control center in our brain that helps us understand our emotions and bodily sensations. So the next time you feel a surge of empathy, remember, it's your brain working hard behind the scenes, enabling you to connect with others on a deep emotional level. The impact of adverse experiences. Did you know that our experiences can shape our ability to empathize? Just as a sculptor molds clay, our life experiences mold our empathic responses. When we face adversity or trauma, it can either heighten or reduce our ability to connect with others emotionally. Someone who has experienced hardship may be able to empathize more deeply with others going through similar struggles. They've walked in those shoes, felt those emotions, and so they understand on a profound level. On the flip side, sometimes, intense suffering can cause individuals to retreat inward, diminishing their empathic responses. It's a protective mechanism, a way to shield oneself from further emotional pain. So, whether our empathic responses are amplified or dampened, it's clear that our experiences play a significant role. Each of us is a unique blend of our past experiences, creating a unique empathic fingerprint. The power of empathy in healing. Now that we've investigated the impact of adversity and our genes on our empathy, it's time to delve into the potential of empathy in the healing process. Empathy is not merely about sharing emotions. It plays an essential role in making us feel acknowledged, heard, and validated, contributing to improved mental and emotional well-being. Empathic doctors have the power to enhance patient outcomes by alleviating anxiety, promoting treatment, and accelerating recovery. In the therapeutic context, the empathy of a therapist establishes a secure and understanding atmosphere for clients, thereby facilitating healing. Empathy, therefore, surpasses the realm of interpersonal relationships. It's about healing ourselves and others. It stands as a testament to the transformative power of empathy, a power that resides within each one of us. A small gesture in kindness can make a big impact on someone. By being mindful of your daily actions, you may not only be helping yourself emotionally, but others as well. The role of DNA. Could empathy be in our genes? You may have pondered upon this question before. It's quite a fascinating concept, right? Let's explore the scientific evidence supporting it. Studies propose that specific genes, such as the oxytocin receptor gene and the serotonin transporter gene, might have a direct influence over our capacity for empathy. Just as genetic predispositions can determine physical traits like height or eye color, they could also potentially make us more susceptible to feeling empathy. The variations found in these genes can change how hormones and neurotransmitters function in our brain, affecting our grasp of others' emotions. However, genes are not the sole determinant of our empathic abilities. They work in conjunction with our environment to mold our ability to empathize. Summarizing, our DNA can be viewed as the architectural plan for our empathy. But as with every blueprint, it is susceptible to modifications and adaptations. The role of parenting. Empathy starts at home. The roots of our empathetic abilities often trace back to our earliest encounters with care, kindness, and understanding. It's in the nurturing arms of our parents, in the comforting lullabies they sing, and in their patience and warmth that we first learn about empathy. Parenting styles play a pivotal role in shaping our capacity to empathize. Parents who exude warmth and responsiveness tend to raise children who can easily step into another's shoes. They learn to understand and share the feelings of others, a trait that carries through to their adult lives. Early childhood experiences, too, can significantly influence our empathetic nature. A child exposed to empathy will likely grow into an empathetic adult. On the flip side, a child who experiences neglect or abuse may struggle to understand or relate to others' emotions. Thus, our parents, through their actions and interactions, serve as our first teachers of empathy. During adolescence, our empathic abilities undergo a transformation. We start to understand complex emotions and become more aware of the feelings of those around us. This evolution of empathy is driven by the development of our prefrontal cortex, a part of the brain that undergoes significant growth during our teenage years. This growth allows us to process and understand emotions on a deeper level. We become more capable of perspective taking, of understanding not just what someone is feeling, but why they are feeling it. Our experiences during adolescence, from the highs of triumph to the lows of heartbreak, all contribute to the molding of our empathic abilities. The impact of peer interaction. Let's talk about friends and empathy. It's no secret that our friends play a massive role in shaping who we are. But did you know they can also influence our capacity for empathy? Indeed, the interactions we have with our peers can significantly shape our empathic abilities. Consider a group of friends having a conversation. Now, if a friend shares a personal experience, others in the group naturally engage in empathetic listening. They try to understand and feel the emotions being conveyed. This is where the magic happens. This interaction encourages the development of empathy as we subconsciously put ourselves in our friend's shoes. Over time, these interactions accumulate, and our empathy muscle, if you will, gets stronger. We become more understanding, more considerate, and more in tune with the feelings of others. And it's all thanks to our friends, our daily interactions, and the shared experiences that help us grow together. Our friends are empathy mirrors. Empathy and digital media. From face-to-face interactions, let's take a look at the digital world. With our lives increasingly intertwined with technology, how does this affect our empathy? The digital world can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it provides opportunities for us to connect with people from all over the world, exposing us to a plethora of experiences and perspectives that can enhance our empathy. The digital age also presents us with unprecedented opportunities to reach out, connect, and empathize with people from all walks of life across the globe. Stories of hardship, resilience, and triumph shared on social media can stir our empathic responses, and online communities can offer support and understanding in ways that were not possible before. Moreover, digital technologies like virtual reality are being harnessed to foster empathy by immersing us in the experiences of others. In this sense, the digital age, with all its complexities, is reshaping the landscape of empathy, presenting us with new ways to understand and connect with each other. Imagine scrolling through your social media feed and coming across a post from someone in a different part of the world sharing their personal struggles. The text, the images, the comments, all these elements can trigger empathic responses within us. With the advent of digital communication, our interactions have transcended geographical boundaries, but have they been able to cross the empathy barrier? The digital world offers us both challenges and opportunities when it comes to empathy. Digital platforms can seem impersonal and detached, making it harder for us to empathize with others. The lack of face-to-face interaction and nonverbal cues may limit our ability to fully understand and share the feelings of others. It can be easy to hide behind the computer. On the other hand, the digital world can also breed disconnection and desensitization. The constant bombardment of information, the lack of personal contact, and the anonymity can sometimes make us forget that behind every post, every comment, there's a person with feelings just like us. It's crucial to navigate the digital world with an empathetic mindset, remembering to treat others with kindness and understanding, just as we would in the real world. Let's revisit our journey through the science of empathy. We've uncovered how empathy isn't merely a feeling, but a complex interplay between our brains, our experiences, and our social world. First, we explored the role of mirror neurons, those incredible cells in our brains that allow us to feel what others are feeling, as if we were experiencing it ourselves. We then explored into the anterior cingulate cortex, the hub of emotional processing, and how it's intricately wired to feel others' pain and joy. We also discovered the hormone oxytocin, often called the love hormone, and its pivotal role in bonding and empathetic behavior, not to forget the impact of adverse experiences, which can either dampen or heighten our empathetic responses, depending on their nature and timing. The role of DNA was another significant point, reminding us that empathy is partly inherited, yet not entirely predetermined. The influence of parenting, with its nurturing touch and emotional availability, shapes our empathetic responses from a tender age. Peer interaction, too, plays a crucial role in honing our empathetic abilities as we learn to navigate social dynamics. And finally, the digital world, which can either foster or stifle empathy depending on their focus. This multifaceted nature of empathy paints a picture of an intricate, delicate, and deeply human trait. It underscores why empaths are the way they are, profoundly attuned to the emotions of others and the world around them. Remember, empathy is not just a feeling, it's a science. Now, let's bring this all home. We've discovered that empathy is a science, but it's also a deeply personal experience. Each of us has a unique empathy blueprint, influenced by our biology, our upbringing, and our experiences. Your empathy blueprint is not fixed, but malleable, capable of growth and development. So, how does the science of empathy apply to you? How can you cultivate more empathy in your life, despite your past or societal norm? Look for small opportunities in your everyday life to practice empathy, such as listening to a friend in need, supporting a colleague, or showing kindness to a stranger. Practice active listening. Give your full attention when someone is speaking to understand their perspective, feelings, and experiences without judgment. Put yourself in others' shoes. Try to imagine yourself in someone else's situation to gain a better understanding of their emotions and challenges. Thank you for sticking around until the end. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this.